Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, we're looking at a mini episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's playing a DLC that wasn't worth it with me tonight?
Wait. I am Joe Butler, knowledgeable of all things, and I have come to tell you things of the past, of the present, and the future of Kingdom Hearts.
Hi, I'm Dominic. I'm here again. I thought this was worth it. It's the next chapter of Kingdom Hearts. The next chapter is always worth it.
I am Phoebe Stanton, and no, Mickey, don't go into the light!
Yeah, it's Commander Lionheart, and I agree. These were $30, not well spent.
Was that how much this was?
Yes.
That's the expensive version. That's the version with the orchestra shit.
That is... I'd rather spend $30 on what I spent just earlier at my meal than spend $30 for this
To be fair, it's 2 DLCs you get with this. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and at least you get to play other characters that aren't Sora.
We don't.
For
Yeah,
what,
talking about.
2 seconds?
Oh, give it a minute. Hold on. Anyways, Mike, what are we talking about?
We are talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, the DLC, which I thought up the story. And I was wrong. This came out in 2020.
There's more of the story with it.
I mean, there's more to... a little bit, sure. I mean, there's more of the story than what I told you guys right before we got home. I actually drove home, too. Okay, see? There's the rest of the story that the game added from my story. That's a terrible comparison.
Yeah, but I didn't get to play as
is.
your wife in the story. I didn't get to play as your friends in the story.
You never even told us if you found dude or not.
No, go ahead and tell him, Mike, because you told me last week and it pissed me off. And I told Phoebe, and Phoebe yelled at me. So tell her friends, Mike.
Yeah,
What
come
I
on,
say?
Mike.
You have to remember, that Mike doesn't remember what this Mike said. That was a different Mike. What did I say?
How did you play the first third of this DLC?
Did you pick other... Mm-hmm.
So, throughout this DLC, for those that don't know, it takes place at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, where Sora dies, and then this is Sora going back in time to redo what he did at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, correct?
More or less.
No.
Yes, no, maybe. Time travel, wibbly wobbly.
All I know is you redo a bunch of boss fights, and you're able to play as Sora or Sora, because I only have one choice. I'm kidding. You get to play as other characters, but I only played as Sora.
Which is like the whole point of the DLC.
Sora.
No, the DLC does force you to play as the other characters. You can then choose to pick between Sora and then the other character. So technically, Mike did get a chance to play as the other 3 characters.
Except for Kari.
Except for Kari, Mike did not play as Kari. You
Which is-
missed the best part.
Yep.
You really did. She feels slower than I remember, but the fact that her Keyblade, the first chain of that combo, is like a sort of grappling hook whip thing. She's like the antithesis of young Xehanort, because he does the same thing.
There's probably a reason for that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Xehanort's actually her dad or some fucking bullshit.
Oh, no. Fuck. Why the
gave her a
fuck would you
mission.
even say that and put that out there for Nomura to hear?
So we start this game off with Sora basically after they made old Xehanort go to heaven with his gay yaoi husband.
All
Yeah.
Xehanorts go to heaven.
Sora says he has to figure out how to bring Kairi back. So this takes place between that moment and the official ending of Kingdom Hearts 3.
Also, as a note, Xehanort has a new voice again.
Yes, I didn't realize that in this either. But
Wait,
Sora goes to Chirithy, and Chirithy tells him that what he will do will be an act against God, which is actually really funny when you think about it. And we figure
that is that he's already committed several acts against God in the process.
He's committed 6 and he's going to commit like 2 more.
Yeah, several more, but basically it's what happens behind the scenes. We get a little bit more. They do make you redo boss fights, but this has a lot to do with, which I think is an interesting concept that I brought up before recently. The Atlas is starting to do it now, realizing that not doing it is a good idea. And a lot of games that used to be PS2 games are like, hey, we're on new consoles, we just can't release a game and then release the exact same game with DLC for the exact same price 5 years later. So now everything is now DLC, but really expensive. This does this, obviously. Persona 4 Remake does that as well, where the DLC is also $30 fucking dollars.
Persona 3.
Persona 3.
Yeah, Persona 3.
I mean,
4.
Joe is seeing into the future. And
Persona 3 Remake,
Persona
the one...
4 will get announced at this upcoming Summer Games Fest. Confirmed.
God, I hope
It
not.
wouldn't be the first time that we predict stuff on this podcast.
Remake
wrong.
do something interesting.
they've already confirmed one of the singers that did the opening. She said they called her in to do a new song, but she's not sure what it's for. So it's Persona 4. Yeah, it'll be announced probably this year or next year.
What a boring fucking choice. Holy shit.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's remake The Last of Us again, why don't we?
Don't worry, they will.
Oh,
Don't worry.
They will.
Stop! They've already done that. It's an HBO show now.
But they can bridge 1 and 2 together to make one game.
Yeah. I'm waiting for
Please.
that next.
don't give ideas.
But yeah, so obviously they can no longer, because obviously originally with Kingdom Hearts it was, Kingdom Hearts 1, then Final Mix, then 2 Final Mix, and they couldn't Final Mix 3 technically because we are in this was the wonderful age of 2020, so they had to create DLC. And technically the DLC with this, besides the Remind DLC, you do also get cheat code DLC for the main game. So if you start a new game, you're able to have like enemies die in one hit or you die in one hit. It can make the game easier or harder depending on how you want to play it. For all those weird people that just speedrun the game.
I mean, it's what
Yeah.
DLC is for. It's the thing where it's like, well, we don't have to have another Pokemon come out. We can just do Pokemon DLC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Pokemon's also
still-
doing it. Yeah.
You reminded me, one of my big issues with this is Dominic has heard me bitch about this before. I like my DLC to be like, we know you haven't touched the game in months. Here's how to play. And this game went, we know you just beat Kingdom Hearts 3 an hour ago. So here you go. And I'm like,
Mike, press X.
I barely remembered how to play.
You could have loaded up your old save file and just flew around for a little bit.
Yeah, that wasn't happening.
You play a lot of games, Mike, so I can't fully blame you, but at the same time, you played a lot of Kingdom Hearts.
I have, but I was still confused. It didn't take long for me to remember how to play, but I was just irritated that I would have liked at least a little something where the game's here's how you play.
Now, I also don't blame Mike because holy shit, whose idea was it to make the first fight for the DLC the secret boss for the main game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's who that asshole was that I murdered?
Yeah, so when you beat the game, battle gates appear, and then if you go back to that very first room of the Keyblade graveyard where you did the whole big 100,000 Heartless fight, there's a secret gate there, and that's one of your 2 super bosses, and to be honest, it's not that hard or compelling.
So, interesting concept for that secret boss too, because all the Kingdom Hearts people always have theories, and the secret bosses always mean something, probably, except for Dream Drop. Dominic, did that Heartless look familiar?
I'm struggling to remember what it looked like.
It's like a smaller version of Dark Side, but then
It's dual wielding.
that's the one.
wielding.
Is that the one where it's like, who is this? Oh, Darkness.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Is that supposed to be Roxas's hardness?
No, it's not Roxas, but close. Roxas is also Ventus and his best friend with Ephemer, and Ephemer wore a scarf.
Oh,
Heartless,
you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh my God.
That Heartless also wears a scarf, and so does the nobody you fight in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2.
Wow.
Wait, is the Twilight Thorn supposed to be Ephemer?
Oh, my fucking
The Twilight Thorn's supposed to be Ephemer's nobody, and the Inferno Chi, the secret boss for Kingdom Hearts 3, is supposed to be his Heartless. That is
Just
one
said
of the
no.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Oh,
No.
Ephemer from the freaking deal.
No.
Okay, from the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, Ephemer wears a
No.
scarf. Both the Heartless and the Nobody wear a scarf. That's the theory.
Manuel, what's wrong?
Emanuel,
I am dying.
The Phantom
Ephemer,
from
the white-haired
Neverland
boy.
is Marluxia's Heartless, and then the weird snake boss from Agrabah is Sykes's.
Oh,
So all the secret bosses are the Heartless of other characters.
got to be shitting me.
Or the Nobodies, or
Or
the
the Nobodies.
Keyblade armor.
That's fine.
Is that actually confirmed?
Except for I couldn't tell you. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck that. I'm lying. The super boss for the gummy ships are probably the Heartless and Nobodies for the summon Alexander. There, we finally connected it to Final Fantasy without just being Final Fantasy main characters.
Huh, okay.
Well, it was still cool to play as the other characters in the game. I'll say that.
I just want everyone to know that's listening to this that I am dying inside right now.
I'm confused as hell. You guys are talking, and I feel like you're speaking a different language, and I played all
So,
these games, and I'm still confused.
I wish I didn't understand like you do, Mike.
So
Joe.
Wish.
Ephemer, I should really put on my webcam and show set up a whole grid for you guys. Anyway,
No.
the Pepe Sylvia board is
No.
directly
No.
behind Joe.
Mhm.
I have the meme still, by the way, Joe.
I know you do.
This
And
is why we
that
watch
picture,
all that no bullshit.
Mike, you're welcome for that
Yeah.
fucking meme.
Mike, the white kid with the scarf in the mobile game
Yes.
Ephemer. Yeah, there's a theory that the first boss you fight for this, the weird guy with the scarf and the dual swords,
Yes.
that's supposed to be his Heartless. And then at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2, when you're in the dream world as Roxas and you fight that giant nobody with a big scarf, that's supposed to be his nobody.
Oh God. Oh
Oh.
God. So
No, Phoebe. No.
So just to be really mean, to combine that with the thing I just said about the gummy ships, the second game's gummy ship super boss is a nobody, and the third game's super boss is a Heartless. And we've seen in the past with the organization members that if you kill a nobody and a Heartless, their somebody comes back to life. So Ephemer and a giant battleship are going to show up in Kingdom Hearts 4, right?
Confirmed.
Yes.
Mike, do you want to get off the ride? You're never getting off the ride.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take you for a ride.
I mean, this game made me want to go, why did I start playing all these Kingdom
Mr.
Hearts
Nomura's-
games?
Mr.
Menorahs? The menorahs? Oh,
Mr.
shalom.
Nomura's wild ride will never end.
It's a menorah.
Yeah. This is
I'm
that
tired, okay?
This is that joke where it's like Groundhog Day, where you think it's finally over, and you wake up and it's like, no, there's still more.
It does.
This
Groundhog.
realistically, this
Fuck.
DLC takes like a couple hours. It's foo. It's
yeah,
not long.
it's 3, maybe.
4
Or
hours.
longer
Yeah.
if you try to beat all the super bosses. Probably a lot longer.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So-
Fuck that right now.
Let's jump to that real quick, actually. I hate that you can only do the second part of the DLC, the data fragment fights, from a save where you beat the first part of the DLC. Because I did remind, and then this was yesterday. I then went back into the main game, went inside the battle gate that's in Olympus, because that's like the best way to level up. Spent an hour and a half leveling up 15 times, tried to load that save for the data fragment fights, saw that I couldn't do that, and I was still at level 45, and went, no, I'm done.
As you should be.
I tried one. I mean, you guys are like, yeah, don't bother. Like, you're like, it's really hard. I'm like, I'll try one, and I barely hit the guy that I was fighting. I forget.
Yeah,
who I
no,
was fighting.
they are level 99.
Oh, and I was like,
needed.
Jesus.
Which is funny because you need only like level 40 strength, but it's the defense that you really, really need. Otherwise, these are all perfect parry, perfect counter, actually learn the tactics boss fights. These do not feel like Kingdom Hearts boss fights. They feel like Sekiro bosses. And they are meant to play like Sekiro
Okay.
bosses.
Yeah.
somewhere
I mean,
Kobe just smiled, and he has no idea why, because he will not hear this ever. I can guarantee you that. So somewhere he
It's very
smiled.
funny to me. In my head, I'm like, you know what? If I had the Chain of Memories battle system, that sounds doable. But regular Kingdom Hearts, no fucking way.
Like the fact that the Roxas and Xion data fragment fights, one of them has non-counterable but attacks that you can perfectly dodge 100% of the time, so you have to dodge roll on the right frames. And then the other one has stuff that you cannot dodge roll through, but you can parry.
Oh.
They are actively Sekiro boss fights. And then they add Yozora, whose main gimmick is I can steal an item off of you. But this game introduced the Kupo coins, which are Phoenix Downs. And so you can kill him, and then he steals your Phoenix Down and refills half of his health bars, plural. So you cannot do that fight with a Phoenix Down in your inventory. That is fucking ridiculous.
That is, especially when the game doesn't teach you that as a thing. I mean, it is a secret boss. It is like a very special secret boss, but yeah, it's fucked up.
I mean, he's a Final Fantasy character. He classed into Thief.
Emmanuel, have you seen that? Not Emmanuel, Dominic, have you seen that?
Seen what?
With like the Yozora boss fight, where if you defeat him and you still have a Kupo coin, it actually looks like you beat him, and then the coin pops up and he gets all like half his health back.
I did not see that, but that sounds terrible.
evil.
I can picture
Yeah,
exactly
he's-
what that looks like.
He's got 12 health bars, so you destroy 12, and then 6 refill.
Yeah.
It would be funnier if just all 12 had like half full.
That would be good.
The other thing that's interesting too about that I didn't know until actually today because I was looking at stuff. When you fight Xion, she summons the light bars that Roxas does. Light magic in the Kingdom Hearts series apparently lowers your health during that boss fight. So if you get hit by any of those bars, your health bar is permanently lowered during that fight.
Sekiro boss fights.
Dude, I don't know what Nomura's on, but he's actually kind of low-key a fucking psychopath.
He got super mad that 15 failed because it is a fucking failure of a game, and he's been trying to remake it so often that he went, I'm mad.
Can we really blame that one on Nomura? I don't think he does the battle design.
Plus,
What's wrong with 15?
oh my god.
Never played it for the record.
There's nothing wrong with 15. It's a good boy adventure. It's a good boy adventure. Leave 15
It is
alone.
a good boy
I'll play it someday.
adventure. It
So
doesn't
What I'm learning
really
now,
Boy.
what I'm learning is that if
Boy,
Phoebe
yeah.
doesn't like a game, that means I'm probably gonna like it.
Mike, that game had to have 2 separate director's cut because they kept adding stuff, and the game is still not complete story-wise.
They canceled a whole DLC set that was going to basically make the game have a whole different ass ending than the
They
one we
canceled a thing that would have made Luna Freya actually relevant to the plot.
They made an ending that explained the backstory for all the gods and why. What the fuck is the fire one's name?
Ifrit.
Why Ifrit's the devil in the Final Fantasy 15 universe?
Also,
I feel
Arden,
like you guys
the
are speaking
funniest-
Spanish. I understand
funniest
words
part-
here and there.
here's
in general
what you
today.
need to know.
Do you
15
actually want me to speak Spanish? I
No,
can't.
I understand very few words of it.
Hola a todos
Honestly,
los que me
just-
están
there you
escuchando
go.
del Games My Mon Final Podcast.
Mike, here's
understood
all you
Ola.
need to know about 15.
Okay, I'll play it
It has
someday.
one of the best villains. Arden did nothing wrong.
Someday I'll play it.
Bienvenidos a Kingdom Hearts, parte 580.
Hey, we have
Hola,
Spanish
mi amo
listeners.
Phoebe, ¿cómo estás?
No estoy bien. Pueden seguir.
Anyways,
Can we move on?
where the fuck
No.
were we? What were we talking about?
I
Kingdom
don't
Hearts
know.
3 mine. So, I don't know, I think my issue with it was just the fact that, like, when I started this up and it has me redo all these fights, I'm like, what's the point of this? You're not adding anything to the game. You're just making me redo stuff.
Other characters.
But I don't want to play as other characters. I want a conclusion. I want to know what's in the fucking box. I want to know what the
eat
master
your
said.
peas and you
You
will
won't.
like the Michael Albertin.
Like, I had thought there were going to be some answers in the DLC, and I got 0 answers.
You got some answers. You did get some answers.
But I get.
The one
You
thing
know where
that-
Thor went,
the-
kind of.
Yeah, you
I already
find
knew
out
he
where the
went
store
there.
went, and okay, well, look, you found out that hey, Xehanort met the Masters, and the Masters told him a name. Was it his real name? We can't tell. It was censored,
And you
but
saw some
Xehanort
conversation
had a
between
feel
you-
about it, so it might be a name we've heard before. I swear to God, if fucking. The
I am
Masters
so
is like
sick.
a time traveling ephemer or Sora
it's gonna be
or
Pluto.
anything. I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
So
It's a
where-
time traveling
name's gonna be
Riku.
Pluto.
You know it's a Riku.
It's
No.
not Riku. He's not funny enough
Pluto.
to do that.
It is Riku on the
Be okay
like.
with
if
it being
Riku
Pluto?
did a- It's if Riku did a Luke Skywalker like heel turn.
Look, I have already told
No.
them
Rico
this.
was already evil. at
I
one point, so-
I am going to tell y'all, Mike. Would you want to hear my big Kingdom Hearts theory?
No.
We come all this way after 11 episodes. Why not?
Has it been that many?
If I can direct everyone to the chat,
God damn it!
Oh no.
my ongoing theory,
Oh, God.
Sorry,
which is
listeners,
all-
you can't see the chat.
yeah, which
What?
is also the same plot for Infamous. I believe Master of
Oh,
Masters
no.
is Sora from the future,
Oh,
changing
no.
the original timeline.
He might actually be Sora from the future. I'm still on the idea that it's Demix because at least the DLC does show finally what Luxord's whole deal is.
I like the idea
Sword.
that it's Riku.
The gun guy,
Demix-
right?
Demix is, yeah, he's the card guy. Demix is now the only member of Organization 13 that we can't get a feel on, which is sad because he is kind of hot.
Oh yeah, we're throwing that out there. Mike, you watched that secret
He's,
ending, I think.
he's
Yep.
David Bowie. What's there? That's all there is to know.
I don't know if I
Which
even
one
know
of them
it's
is
there.
David Bowie?
Maybe I did.
Guitar
Hold
guy.
on.
Demix.
Oh, hold on, Mike. Did you watch not the one I sent you today? The one I sent you originally. The one
Yes,
where Sora.
I watched all those. The one you sent me
Okay.
today, I didn't have time for.
So Dominic, I think I told you. So hopefully I did, which is hopefully is a big thing. They confirmed it in that And they confirm it in no credits, but Nomura did confirm it in general. When Yozora wakes up in the back of the car and the guy in the front seat is talking to him, it's the same voice actor as Luxord. That's where Luxord's from.
Yeah, Luxord is Yozora's chauffeur from the other world. Or sorry, the other universe.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why was there the random cutscene that was essentially mimicking FF15? I didn't understand that.
Because he will not let it go.
Because
he won't let it go.
Trying to
This is why I keep saying you need to play 15.
Yeah.
No. 15, yes.
So it's not the cutscene from 15. It's the cutscene from Versus 13.
Oh, Versus 13, yes, which becomes 15, right?
Yeah.
Right. So Nomura can't have his way and get Versus 13 became 15. It's not his project anymore. He got kicked off the project. So he's gonna make Yozora's world Versus 13, kind of, I guess.
Yes.
Well, I'm watching this cutscene that you sent me, Joe. What the hell am I watching?
So when you fight Yozora, you can lose that fight. It won't get you a game over. It'll get you an alternate cutscene. But if you are a weird fan, like my husband's pointed out, and I hope Phoebe, Dominic, and Emanuel realize it too, when you fight that fight against Yozora and you lose, you get a different cutscene of Sora essentially being turned to a crystal. That is the same way you turn to a crystal in Final Fantasy 13 when you fail your Lassie mission.
It is also, funny enough, a one-to-one to the post-credit scene from 13-2. Because the lightning also becomes a crystal on a throne.
Yeah, so it is very much still a Final Fantasy 13 callback. This is all just a Versus 13 callback because he cannot let it go.
Joe will understand what I'm about to say. Because the bad and good endings of the secret boss, or the true final super boss, are both canon, Riku now has to use his reading Steiner to go through the world lines to get Sora back.
I've never seen Steins Gate.
Damn you.
I don't know what that is either.
So does this mean that Sora's a Lassie?
Maybe.
Yes. Yes, and the Master
That's like the only terminology I remember from playing 13.
Oh, my other reasoning why it's Sora from the future is because whenever Sora meets Yozora, he's like, "Who are you?" He goes, "I'm Sora," and he's like, "You're not Sora. I've met Sora, and you don't look like him." I think it's why he says that, because it's an older Sora. So that's my other reasoning behind it.
I really, really hope it doesn't turn out that the guy in the cloak this whole time is actually Sora from the future.
I don't think Sora's a master of masters, but I do think you're right that there is an older Sora afoot.
Yeah, there has to be like some sort of other Sora because of
fucking time travel.
Yozora's response. Obviously,
It'll be something like we meet fucking somebody from Final Fantasy, and they're calling themselves Sora. We'll meet Lightning, and Lightning is Sora.
It's the Sora from Record Keeper.
Sora was in one.
I believe so.
I like Record Keeper until I switched phones and my save didn't follow me. Then I was done. So
yeah,
that's a good, cool game. Don't know where you're going.
I mean, it is it is a possibility, considering that there's, I was just thinking of the whole, so you collecting all the Soras in the final world. So
oh yeah, I also got really sad when I beat this DLC and I saw the ending from 3, which I didn't remember from like 3 months ago. And I'm like, oh, they finally get to be together, and then they're not still together because I forgot that this is just the ending playing to me again. I'm like, fuck you, Kingdom Hearts.
No, but he has to save his second true love.
But Riku's fine.
That's
right?
why
Riku's dead too.
Second true love, which is Kairi.
So,
oh no.
Anyways, this also shows some explaining some stuff, kind of like, what is it? Why Aqua freaked out at the Heartless tornado, because it was thousands of her. But if I had seen thousands of a Norted Aqua, you would see me running butt naked towards a tornado. So I mean, to each his own. Damn, there's like 1,000 of them, and they all wanted to step on me. It's like that Team 4-Star joke with the metal coolers.
Hey, and I thought I was the horny one here.
I mean, I am more than you guys realize. I just don't always talk. So I let the voice to stay inside my head for these certain comments. That's all. I'm not drunk enough, unfortunately.
Manuel, weren't you sad?
Sadness imprisoning me. All that I see.
Absolutely.
Gotta get copyrighted.
What was the point? Like, besides my cats fighting, what was the point of this DLC? Like,
and cats are horny too.
They can be boss fights that didn't exist.
They showed off stuff that they wanted to do originally, which was probably play as different characters during those fights. But we got a little bit more backstory to tell us what's happening. Like I think like Sora technically followed the that's where my thing comes from. Sora followed the what the hell is that thing called? The Lingering Will follow follow
Wasn't the Lingering Will Terra?
yeah, so
Yes.
Okay.
so that destroys Terra's nobody, and then we see it's heartless later on. Therefore, I am right.
That hurt. No under.
This
Uh,
existed to give the Master's connection to modern time, to give Luxord more of a hint to what's going on with him, concerning that he's talking to Zigbar / Brag / Luciu and going, yeah, the bot, but it's totally your order and not
That's the
Zemnis's. What's going on, buddy? So it's like, oh, he knows some bullshit.
What's in the box?
We don't know, and I'm upset.
I was just making the reference.
I know.
No,
I'm upset.
It's probably the other 13 darknesses that aren't, the remaining darknesses that aren't in people yet, so that way he can continue the one true Keyblade war in modern time.
I mean, it's also sad how much when I was playing through this, I'm like, it's a good thing we watched those 5-6 hours of a mobile game because certain things make sense that wouldn't make sense otherwise. So, thank you, Joe. Not thank you, but thank you, I guess.
yeah.
You mean fuck you.
Did you realize the whole thing about like what is it? Like whenever Phineas does his whole speech where he says he is darkness, he actually means that because he's a shadow person.
Yeah, that was sort of made more sense now. Like I kind of understand why Roxas and Ven and Sora I kind of understand the concept now a little bit. But this is such a complicated story.
Yes. Welcome to Nomura.
It's very complicated, but they also thought through a lot of it.
No, they did. They did a lot more than you think they would have. Like, I think I came into this DLC expecting there to be more to it, and it wasn't anything of what I expected. It was just a bunch of boss fights that I didn't want. And that bothered me because I was like, there's not even a new world to run around. There's nothing. It's like, how do you call this DLC? And this really was $30 when it came out?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
It's still $30.
Because you can play as the other characters, and then they all form together, and then there's the big moment in the sky.
Epic. That ending part where you play as everybody kind of together in the big circle fighting the things, that was fucking epic. But that was it. That was the only part where I was like, this is damn cool. But you put everything else together, I'm like, this is dumb.
So,
it's so sad that that's the only time that Axel's useless in this whole story.
I want to talk about that part because there's one thing about that part that actually really pisses me off, and it's the only thing that pisses me off about that part.
Okay.
There's no fucking subtitles because they're all talking and they're all saying really funny lore shit to each other. Like literally Terra and Riku are having a conversation about how fucking proud of he is. And I'm over here fucking trying to listen. You literally hear Ventus and Roxas compliment each other. So you hear Jesse McCartney complimenting Jesse McCartney.
Yeah.
It's the Obama meme.
And I'm like just sitting here like, oh, I wish I could hear fucking better.
Yeah, I don't like when any game doesn't have subtitles. I want subtitles. Like, just let me hear what they're saying. Let me read, not hear. I'm tired too.
We all are, especially with this fucking.
Explain your job. How about that, Emanuel? Will you do that?
You gotta fight through the sleepiness. We got so much more to talk about.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
even like
I
I know, right, Mike?
You don't understand. This is the point where we get to finally unload all of the theories and everything. You're pretty much caught up except for Dark Road.
Okay, so
you forgot there's another game that comes out after this. Melody Memory.
Fuck you.
Okay,
I
so
really hate that game, Phoebe.
Yeah, she does.
Mike, I have not played Melody of Memory. I have not played Dark Road. So there's other things that I need to tell you that I'm not 100% sure about. And
Well, Dark Road, we will do that movie once he finishes it at some point.
You guys can confirm or deny this. I really don't care. So I think the other stuff it explains is that the whole reason behind this that I also didn't think of either. I think Master of Master's plan was supposed to get rid of both Sora and Xehanort. That's why this whole situation happened, because they both technically have the same power. Because Sora was basically time traveling. We can all agree on that, right? Like the power of waking is just him time traveling.
Yes, and the fact that he's not using it with darkness or any other pre-established way of doing it is why Charity is like, you are doing a taboo to nature.
Oh, so you're telling me that the Master is actually Sauron and he has the one ring to rule them all?
I'm saying that the Master is Charity.
He has the one box to box him. Oh, I don't know what the fuck.
Joe,
Hey, spoiler!
what
That's
would
a spoiler alert to what's happening later in this episode. Huh.
what would happen, Joe, if he
Huh.
removed the hood and there was a meow wow underneath?
No,
Yeah.
it'd be worse if he removed his hood and it was actually Goofy, and I was right, and Goofy died on that one scene, so it formed a Heartless and a Nobody. Jar Jar Binks.
That's a theory, all right.
Jar Jar Binks' death,
Mm-hmm.
Sith Lord joke.
Uh-huh.
But what was the other thing that I was?
I did want to say one thing that made sense to me in the ending when the little Chithuri fake Moogle thing saw Ven and got all excited. I was like, I had the Captain America moment. I get that reference.
Oh yeah, I love that fucking thing.
It's the fucking Leo meme where he's pointing at the screen.
I had that moment. I'm like, this only makes sense as I watched that stupid video. So hey.
My husband actually had a funnier theory, which I actually also hope it is too. I hope the Master of Master takes his hood off and it's no one we recognize, and he just goes,
Yes.
hello, and then he fades away, and it's like, were we supposed to know who that was? And you just don't know who it was. It's just some guy.
And
Only
that
if he
Chirathy
says-
is actually his Chirathy. It's
Only
not
if he says
Ventus's, it's actually his.
It's Bob.
It's Nomura.
No, I'd be okay with that too.
That would make so much sense.
I would shit my pants.
That would be like
More
yes.
dies before the series ends.
God forbid.
Not say that, God.
Shut up,
forbid.
Mike. God damn you, Michael.
Half the time he says stuff, it comes true.
Exactly. Didn't we literally talk about
If that
this?
was real,
Stop
I'd say
putting
a
bad
certain,
juju in the world.
I say about somebody dying all the time, and he's not dead. I'm going to leave it right there. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't predict the future, unfortunately.
Got it.
I don't have a book.
I assume if worst case scenario, a lot of these dudes, because technically the series does have an ending. I imagine there's some kind of like Bible, like that at least shows like what's gonna happen towards the end. You know, like a Bible pitch. You know, you guys what I'm talking about, not an actual Bible, but
A story
Like, there
Bible.
are many people that
Yeah.
work on this series. Like, other people have to know when Nomura started planning.
to be fair,
No, he doesn't even know himself.
He's
to
already
be-
stated that he wants to wrap this up.
I also know a lot of times these Japanese creators don't remember a lot of the shit they write. I say that because apparently fucking Oda, the guy that writes One Piece, goes back and watches recap videos so he can remember what he fucking wrote.
I knew it was going to be One Piece.
I mean, people say that about Toriyama and Dragon Ball, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, with any writer, when you make enough content, like you just don't remember what the fuck you created. Like,
Yeah, when you're pushing out content and content and content.
yeah, I mean,
Fair.
I do know everything I publish, but I'm a different person. So
Wow. I can't do that.
One day you'll redo a Kirby game and be like, shit, I already played that.
that won't happen. I actually know. Yeah, I know more. I eat and breathe Games My Mom Found people more than
Yes, we know.
I really do.
We know.
It's become my life, and I even I've had thoughts about like, I'm hoping to keep this podcast going when I'm 90 or something. Be like, guys, I'm getting old. I don't know how many more I got left in me. Like, just keep it going.
You can play 900 more video games, you'll be good.
Hey, you find out what you love, you stick to it.
Yeah,
We got one of my old episodes today from like 3 years ago when I talked about Super Mario Brothers 2 with CJ from Player One Podcast. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't remember any of this. This is cool. So I'm proud of that episode too. But proud of a lot. So Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know.
Yes.
It just wasn't. I mean, it was nice to see Squall and Yuffie again for the first time. Since they forgot they existed in the series. That was nice. And the little
Very
cutscene they
fair.
had.
Yeah.
I missed
For
them.
the 3 seconds that we had them. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that means they'll be in 4. So, is it supposed to be that place that he wakes up? That's supposed to be the world ends with you, correct?
It's a
Maybe.
so
We don't know still.
the Kingdom
Mhm.
Hearts 4 trailer basically explains Sora is now in some place called the Quadratum. We're not sure what exactly that is, if Sora is in some kind of other completely different universe, or if he actually is in the afterlife. It's very much left ambiguous because they don't want us to know. And you know what? Since we're here talking about that, time for Joe's big Kingdom Hearts theory. Are you ready for Joe's big Kingdom Hearts
Another
theory?
one.
Oh,
Didn't
is
we
this the
just
one I
have
know?
one 5 seconds
Yeah.
ago? Oh my
Yeah.
Okay,
God.
let me get the weed ready.
So
God, pass them, please.
during that Quadratum fight, people have free cammed the world. And in the background, whenever you're fighting Yuzora, there's posters on the walls that do say, take a vacation to Destiny Islands. Therefore, Destiny Islands is not a real place. The first 3 games in the entire series in that set, it takes place in a fictional world to which now Yeah, to which now Sora is in the real world, but also not the real world. And the whole joke is that Kingdom Hearts is actually a game, and that's what going to Kingdom Hearts is becoming a real person.
So you're telling me we're actually playing Dot Hack Sign?
Yeah.
So this,
Okay.
so this is Star Ocean
So
till the end of time.
That
Got it.
has largely been my theory after playing Melody of Memory, but we can get there when we play that. Because I think
Not
that
that
game
much-
makes it even clearer.
Another
Why
month.
did God create a dual universe?
Yeah, and there's things to back a lot of that up to. Give an example, which is funny because I didn't think about it. I mentioned it after we finished it, but I want to bring it up here. I told Phoebe after Mike left. That's why in the mobile game, your character and I think Ephemer goes, "Wow, it sure is weird. Look at Wreck-It Ralph. It's a bunch of video game characters who know they're video game characters. That sure is weird."
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that's why technically you're able to go to Disney worlds because those are also not real places.
Oh god, because even Yozora says that this is not what I look like. But
Yes.
Sora instantly goes, "Oh, you're Yozora." Because
hope
he's
you're
looking at the
wrong.
Durham Rax version.
This theory is not true.
This is I am kind of convinced that this is
it's highly plausible.
Joe, would you like to
know.
tell Mike what you think Kingdom Hearts 6's ending is gonna be?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I was probably stoned when I told you that.
That they're both video games that just like cross-reference each other, and at the end it's just gonna zoom out on a TV and the TV turns off and then the credits roll.
Yes.
Oh, as long as the song Simple and Clean still plays, I don't mind.
No,
You'd
that
enjoy when
looks
Simple
like
Clean
the
started playing
Twin
again. That
Peaks
song
theme.
hits.
If Simple and Clean plays at the end of the series is the credits, I'm actually going to cry and then crawl into a hole.
Okay, Nomura, you know what to do.
It's Simple and Clean, like, that is one of those songs that every time I hear it, it brings me back to what year did this game come out originally, the first one?
2001.
2002.
No, it brings me back to like a much younger version of Mike, 13-year-old Mike or so, and hearing that song and being like, this does something to me. Like it's a nice memory.
13. Coincidence? I think not.
I think I
Stop.
was 13. I
We're
don't know. I
not
was born in
doing
87.
this.
I don't want to do the math. I could be wrong. We'll say 14. I'm 14 or 12. Any number 13.
Don't
But,
I know I like girls. I know that much, but I don't remember much else. So, well, I'm just saying I was at that point already. I don't remember anything else about it though. A long time ago.
Did
It's so interesting that this one song has lasted so long.
It is. It's pretty surprising.
I believe it. How'd you guys feel about playing as Mickey and getting the Kingdom Hearts 2 reference at the end of that?
What? The Mickey part was fine, but I don't know what the reference was.
Sora.
For this.
No, Sora gets the Kairi pieces, and then he does the thing where whenever he closes the keyhole to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have no memory of this. That was years ago.
Yeah.
Sadly, we didn't get, a retread of him going, "Did somebody say the door to dark enough?"
That would have been great.
Sora, the light, it's so beautiful.
No, okay. No.
I mean, the thing to think about is that this would have been annoying had it just been like a continuation of 3 inside of 3.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, because I don't think this DLC works if it completely replaces what happens in 3.
That's fair.
So, like, the other option then is to like put it after the events of what happens in 3, but that would be like weird.
Just the fact that he's traveling through himself and his friends.
So-
like, Sora is inside all of his friends.
So like we talk about it as like a DLC, we talk about it in reference to like Final Mix, but like this only can work as a DLC, like the way this story is now written. Like we could talk about, it was probably things that were cut, things that were probably considered, but like the way they have fashioned it now, it only works this way.
Yeah, because you realize a bunch of stuff too behind the scenes as well. Like technically, what is it? Sora going inside people's hearts. Like technically, the DLC reveals that Naminé's coming back, kind of, and then it also showed like technically there's a couple cutscenes too that aren't in the main game. I think whenever you play as Roxas, it reveals like that whole weird thing, like, oh yeah, the reason why Shion's technically able to exist because of paperwork and then connections and all that other friendship stuff.
Yeah, it would have bogged down the original game way too much.
Mhm.
But it's also very necessary information.
Thing
Oh,
is
yeah.
that, if they had actually like done a final mix version of Kingdom Hearts 3, it wouldn't have been like this. It probably would have retconned what happened in the base Kingdom Hearts 3.
No,
Like, I don't
they
think-
can't do that. They have to keep having Sora and Riku being inside of each other.
Also, technically, this is where the game was supposed to be going anyways. Because, like I said, I don't know if Dark Road or Melody of Memory talks about it. Like I said, I haven't played them, but the whole point is for Sora to no longer exist. So that wouldn't have been retconned at all. The only thing that really gets changed is Sora kind of helps everything come back. Like, he throws Chirithy at Ventus, and he takes Naminé out from Kairi and puts it in the replica body.
If memory serves, Melody of Memories kind of says it because, very light spoiler, they give Quadratum a different name and they call it Unreality.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think that's also
We could talk about that if we
Union Cross.
want, or we could wait.
Melody Memory, I'd rather wait because
Yeah, we can wait for it because I don't know what happens either. So I'm excited.
But so, like, what if the whole point here? What if Nomura's end game here is to replace Sora with Yozora?
I'd rather him replace Sora with Kairi or Lee or any other playable character.
Or Riku.
Oh,
Give me a Dynasty Warriors game.
I kept saying that Riku should, after Kingdom Hearts 3, Riku should be the main character instead because I just...
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's time to have someone else. But
or
they're not.
Kairi.
Sora has always been boring. Sora has always been the worst part of Kingdom Hearts.
No, I don't. As much as I don't. I think that he's an idiot. I do understand why people like the character. Like, my problem with Sora is that after Kingdom Hearts 2, they just made him dumber and dumber and dumber every single game.
Yes.
Emanuel, side question: do you have a pet?
I have a dog.
Okay.
Oh, I actually think there's a reason behind Sora being dumb. I think it's explained in the mobile game and here. I think
They put bugs in it?
No, I think May Your Heart Be Your Guiding Key is a way to fuck you up because May Your Heart Be Your Guiding Key is basically just like relying on your instincts. So I think relying on your instincts isn't something how you should handle a situation. So I think it's literally they're implanting the idea of, hey, make bad decisions that are instant.
That could be. I don't know. There's just so much weird shit about Sora and like just the relationship with the world around him.
I also don't want Master of Master to be Sora's dad. I want to go ahead and bring that up now. I think that would be a bad choice.
That would be a bad choice.
I'm assuming that won't happen.
Sora is like one or two cutscenes away from being like the teenager that doesn't know modern technology because he's too much of an idiot, focused on saving the world.
At the very least, it's nice to know that they're not Highlanders like I keep making jokes about. There is actual explanation to why everybody hasn't aged or yada yada blah. Oh god, I just remembered Joe's picture that the pods are in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Huh?
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Also, like, what the fuck? So we get that cutscene where it says 75 years later. But that means that young Xehanort was only 75 years ago. And everybody on every single world forgot Scala Ad Caelum existed. It's some mythical place.
Phoebe.
It existed like 2 generations ago.
Phoebe.
I know what you're about to say.
I got more than one thing. 2 things. 1, Star Wars. They forgot who the Jedi were 15 years.
I know, 2.
And 2, Hitler came to power in the 1930s, 100 years later. We completely forgot that ever happened. So let's come back.
I was thinking you were going to bring up the Holocaust or the civil rights, one of those two. But yes, you're absolutely correct.
It's not surprising that people don't remember something. I can completely buy it in this fiction because unfortunately I'm seeing it first.
I believe it in real fiction because there are people who deny certain things happen in reality and there's actual physical proof of it. So, yeah, I'm not surprised either.
Remember, the world's flat, Joe. It's flat, for sure. I can't believe people really die on that hill.
I'm gonna hurt you, Mike.
And there's also the question of like how tied together were these worlds at those times? Like realistically, how many were keeping tabs on Scala Ad Caelum?
Yeah,
they all used to be one world. So.
If you want to get technical, about it, I mean, technically, Sora, Riku, and Riku kind of didn't know other worlds existed until Kairi happened, and even then, she wasn't even sure either. So, yeah.
How old is King Trident? Was King Trident alive during Union? Well, not Union Cross. That would have been thousands of years ago, but during like Dark Road.
Yeah, he's King Neptune, probably. I don't know.
I haven't played Dark Road yet.
I mean,
or watched
we have no proof that any concept of those worlds exists outside of those stories, really.
Oh my god, we're gonna get missing links, and there's gonna be like some young kid, and he's gonna go, "Hi, my name is Yensid."
The only character that we have that really transcends beyond their Disney origins is fucking Maleficent and Pete.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, Donald and Goofy and Mickey, yeah. But like beyond just their worlds, Maleficent and Pete are the only one.
Oh God, I don't want to get off the ride. I want to leap off the ride screaming.
So the question is, like, we had this problem when we were talking about the mobile game, where you see was like holograms of those worlds. Is that how they explained it away?
They are okay.
Yes.
So the Book of Prophecies was written, quote unquote, written, made by the Master of Masters because he has a time traveling eyeball,
Mm-hmm.
which I means he can see the future because he is constantly quantum linked to his eyeball. And then
Right.
the Book of Prophecies is a holodeck that's portable.
All the content you're playing, all the content you're seeing, all the content that these characters are going through in these Disney worlds is the same stuff we've seen before, more or less.
Oh Lord.
So like,
I'm so confused.
none of these worlds ever change.
Mike, if we're getting confused, something is wrong.
Agreed.
Mike, my point is that like we have no concept that these are actual worlds we're visiting, other than just like, oh, it's the story, and like maybe some other stuff happened. Like what happens in Alice in Wonderland when we're not around? Are we getting any more to that story, or is it just those scenes?
I mean, when they go back to Agrabah and Kingdom Hearts 2, stuff happened in between.
And there are technically sequel worlds in Kingdom Hearts too. Like technically, Belle and fucking Beast remember Sora, and there's even a line where Mushu's like, "Oh, hey, it's Sora. I know this guy." So I mean,
That's very true.
yeah.
But if the concept is that you're to some degree exploring the same worlds back then there's like some kind of weird time loop shit happening with these Disney worlds.
I got nothing.
I've got nothing
I just
either.
remember the good old days when it was just going to Disney worlds and just, power of friendship. My friends are my power, hitting them with Goofy in the head or something. I don't know.
Now
Kingdom
it's
Hearts is light.
The good old days. I
now
remember.
Crazy.
now we're worried that like we're gonna find out that there's like some kind of weird horror terror inside of the heart-shaped moon.
I'm fine with that. This is Nomura's actual epic, unlike the epic he wants to write so badly.
Joe, if
Huh.
there is some Azathoth-like creature inside of Kingdom Hearts or behind Kingdom Hearts, you have no idea how happy I'll be. If this series ends with some insane, amazing 8-phase boss battle, I'll
do you-
cry.
Do you guys want to know a weird like Japanese fact?
Oh.
Sure.
Always.
So if you watch a bunch of anime like I do, Mike, I know you didn't play as Kairi, but did you do their weird blink attack where you kind of like
The
were you able to-
wings?
were you able to do the wing thing?
I'm not sure. Yes, I did that.
Okay. So if you watch anime, that's a reference to this weird Japanese bird that's not real, where there's two birds and they both don't have like they don't have a wing that works, and they basically mate for life, and they basically fly together by balancing each other out. It's not a real bird, but they reference it a lot in Japanese media. If you look up a really stupid anime called Darling in the Franxx, that's also the theme of that.
Oh my god!
Yes, that is the theme of that too. Do not watch that show. That show is garbage. But a bunch of other shows do it too. So I think it's kind of cute and kind of funny that they put it in here as a reference to that. There's like 30 different feathers that fly off of them for a different scene of them together, and I think that's also really interesting.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you do the attack, when they fly up, a feather flies off, and it's different moments of Sora and Kairi together. You get anything from like the little Palpu like drawing to all kinds of goofy stuff.
Oh, I did not notice.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds cool. I'll take it.
Who thought this was gonna be a short episode?
Oh,
I
we're
mean,
all
told you,
tired.
I told you that I am going to probably throw myself in the bed in like, I don't know, soon.
Is there
No,
anything?
so
In bed
Christopher
or the
Lloyd
pit?
amazing as Xehanort?
So what, Dominic?
What?
Wasn't Christopher Lloyd amazing?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
I miss Dooku, but that's not
Obviously, nobody replayed. It wasn't Dooku. Mike.
Okay, hold on. So
Wait,
we
Leonard
had-
Nimoy. Sorry, Leonard
we-
Nimoy.
we had Leonard Nimoy, and then it was
Yeah,
Count,
Rutger.
the guy who
Mm.
sometimes, Count Dooku. And then
No. No.
we had Hobo with a shotgun, or Roy from the Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. No.
And now it's Christopher Lloyd.
There's
Yeah,
only
Rutger
been
Hauer
3. Why did? Yes, Rutger Hauer
Rutger
was the
Hauer
one in
was-
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh,
Yes.
The
So they
original one.
redid all of his dialogue with Christopher Lloyd for this DLC.
oh, no
They
wonder
just
it's
did.
not a difference.
Some of it.
Every scene
I
that he
don't-
was in the DLC, they redid.
I don't think we have a whole
Obviously, yeah, that.
lot-
But no, it wasn't like all all the dialogue.
Right.
Is there anything else you guys want to say still?
Which again, did we mention that? I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I'm pretty sure that that's one of the reasons why we don't see Master Xehanort prevalent throughout the original Kingdom Hearts 3. I think
Yes.
that it was because of the passing. I think that both, right? Like both Leonard Nimoy and the Japanese voice actor for Xehanort both passed away
Yeah, I
before
think you're
3.
right.
So I think that that's
Good
why
Lord.
we didn't get like more Xehanort throughout Kingdom Hearts 3 until the very end.
That makes sense. That sounds like something they would do.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But yeah, again, just like I said with Kingdom Hearts 3, I didn't mind Rutger Hauer. I just think that his type of voice was too slimy for Xehanort, and Xehanort is more gravelly.
I agree.
So Christopher Lloyd was a much better fit and a much better replacement than Rutger Hauer. Like obviously neither of them like compared to Leonard Nimoy. I still think that he is Master Xehanort, but Christopher Lloyd at least got it slightly closer to being with the gravelly of Master Xehanort. That Leonard Nimoy brought.
All right. I just was like, this voice is not the voice I remember from Kingdom Hearts 3. I did not realize. Did Rutger Hauer died in between the two of
Yes.
these?
No.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
yes.
did he? Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Yes,
Mhm.
he did.
Oh shit!
It like Rutger Hauer, I believe that he passed away like either days before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out or days after Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Let me look this up.
I can't really remember.
I don't think there's much. I mean, so pretty much the DLC just kind of wrapped up
He
what we.
died
July
in between,
2019.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
6 months
So-
later.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
after Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
And at some point, we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4, right? Maybe someday.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
Mike
really
no.
want it.
needs to,
maybe.
Mike needs to watch the trailer for Kingdom Hearts
I
4.
did.
Oh, you watched
watched
it?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Dominic,
makes no
I hope
sense.
you've seen it.
Was
I
that?
mean, yeah.
I mean, he's in the human world, I guess. Maybe he's not in the Kingdom Hearts world anymore. I don't know where he is, and he's fighting Heartless.
Brought him.
He's in the real world. You can see his toes, which is honestly concerning. And he also got, what is it called whenever you have your personal info leaked online?
Doxed.
Yeah, Sora got doxxed. Someone looked up that it's an actual apartment in actual Japan, and apparently it's like fucking $50,000 a month to live there.
Damn.
I mean,
Sora's
Streletsy is
got-
pretty enough. Streletsy probably has an OnlyFans.
I don't want to think about that.
Gerasio
Oh,
was
wait,
in the
no,
was in the trailer, right?
Sora has an OnlyFans. That's why they had to model his feet.
He has an only feed, yes. Also, Sora's hair just isn't as spiky anymore, so clear representation that it isn't the
Do you think
real
we'll get Kingdom Hearts 4 this year?
No.
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 Okay.
My best
Michael.
You
My-
lost your fucking mind.
my
I don't
best
want it. It can take its time. I want to finish up Melody of Memory, and then I want Dark Road, the thing that we're waiting for, not to get done until 2026 because I am sick of Kingdom Hearts right now.
So-
Like, I'm Kingdom Hearts out completely.
So what is
Are you
it?
supposed to do recon?
My theory for Kingdom Hearts 4 is 2027.
Okay.
I can believe that.
I'll be
Well,
ready
you
for it
want-
then.
Doesn't he want to finish up the 7 trilogy first?
I think that Square Enix like moved people who were working on Kingdom Hearts 4 to work on Final Fantasy 7
I think-
3.
I think they want FF7 finished more than anything
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
make more money with it.
Yeah, then they can
Yeah.
make
Oh, it is
nine
Frenchia
remake.
in the cutscene. Okay.
I mean, they'll probably release Dragon Quest 12 before Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh yeah, it's the same company too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because actually Square Enix has like nothing on the docket right now, which is really interesting.
That's weird for them.
It is super weird. Square Enix is in a weird place right now.
Maybe they don't go out of business and we still get our Kingdom Hearts games. I'll be very upset. if we don't.
I doubt that.
Yeah, no. 14's what's keeping them alive, but I think they're so what's probably happening, full offense to everything. So many companies don't have anything coming out because they
Because of
had
COVID.
live
Oh.
service games planned for the
Mhm.
whole like next 4 years.
And now they've scrapped it. Look
yeah,
at Sony.
Sony had like 12 live service games that were supposed to come out and they all got canceled. It was like a God of War one and
Because it doesn't work. You
I
don't.
yeah.
cannot
Exactly.
believe Blue Point was working on one.
I'm not-
It can work.
That is
It's
the
just that you
worst.
can't force it.
The worst of it.
Wasn't Suicide Squad versus Justice League? Isn't that was supposed to be a live service game?
I mean,
Yes.
technically it was up until the
Technically
end,
was.
and
It's
we
finished
don't
now.
talk about that game.
Funny enough,
What, different episode.
apparently with that, Rocksteady apparently got brought back to WB Games. Apparently, we're gonna get that Batman Beyond game after all.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, watch the trailer again.
1 and 2 HD thing coming out for sure this year, and that's it so far.
Mm.
I'm watching the trailer again for Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, I'm a little interested, but I'm okay if it takes a bit before it comes out. So,
Well, the year
I don't want to play it.
the year is still early. Technically, Nintendo hasn't come out with anything yet, because they're waiting for their big Switch to reveal. Pokemon, I think, is supposed to have a big thing coming up, and from the time of this recording, it'll probably already be out. But Nintendo's got a big thing coming up, and
Next week.
and there's always the Summer Games Fest and all that shit. Was going to announce 30,000 fucking things. So
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4.
All right, should we go to Shelf Stacker Box?
Yes, please let me stab my cat.
All right, and Phoebe, why don't you go first?
I was initially going to put this in the box, I'm going to be honest, but the more we talk about it and have fun, I'm putting this on the stack. I do like that we get to play these characters that we normally don't get to play as, and they have some good feels, and if they're expanded upon in future games, wink wink, that would be fantastic.
And Emanuel.
Nah, this shit's going in the box. I didn't like it when I bought it for $30 fucking back in 2020, and I still don't like it. It's it's kind of cool, that they actually let us play as the other characters for 5 seconds. But yeah, that's kind of about it. I don't know. I almost do wish, because then it would feel more. How do I even say it? The DLC is the equivalent of what they did with Final Mix for at least Kingdom Hearts 2, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, the original, there wasn't the Garden of Remembrance or a lot of the added cutscenes and all the crown thing, the Lingering Will and all that, those added boss fights that, you kind of did have to go out of your way to actually get to them and all that. It was added content that was added to this new version of the game. And that's what this DLC kind of is. The problem is that this DLC is separate from the main campaign. It is not a part of the main campaign like in Kingdom Hearts 2 with Final Mix, where it is part of the whole package. Here, you have to scroll down in the main menu, go to Remind. Once you beat Remind, then you go to the Limit Cut episode. And then once you're done with that, you go to the secret episode thing. The Limit Cut is the Garden of Remembrance, but 10 times harder. And the secret episode is the Yosora fight, and with the ending and all that. And so, I don't know. I still don't feel like it was worth it. And it honestly just added more questions than it gave us answers. So it's I honestly, I thought that I'm pretty sure that I put Kingdom Hearts 3 in the shelf, and this I'm just putting in the box because it almost did ruin the base Kingdom Hearts 3 for me, in a sense. I don't know. I didn't really like it, so
okay,
it's in the box.
All right, I'll go next. I'm gonna put this in the box too. I fucking did not enjoy this experience at all. I was wow. And then it just wasn't worth it to me, and I had high expectations for this, and I was let down. So going in the box, but at least it's done. It's recorded, and we are one step closer to the end of this series.
You're adorable.
And Dominic.
Oh, my sweet summer.
Well, I wasn't disappointed like the rest of you seem to be. I'm at the point where it's just hey, this is just the next part of the story that we get to see. I don't really care how it's presented. If it's obviously crap, it's crap. And I don't think this is crap. I like the things about playing as the other characters. I like seeing kind of these events told with a totally different idea in mind. I like that they tried something weird with it. I don't know if it really added that much in the grand scheme of things. But I thought, as far as DLC goes, it was more elaborate and more interesting than half the ones I've played. So we'll still put it in the box, but we'll rest it on top of the box.
Peek at it every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Joe.
I'm pretty sure it's the Wii talking, but I'm gonna put this on the shelf.
The Wii?
But I loved everything about this. Then again, I feel like at some point I should just go ahead and go try to get my doctorate in time travel over how much time travel shit I have to fucking explain to people half the fucking time. And the arguments that I get with my husband I like the idea that the story adds enough to it. I love playing as all different characters. You get to play as Aqua again, you get to play as Riku, playing as you get to play as Roxas, which is really fun. And then technically the DLC also added both the Oathkeeper and the Oblivion. And I leveled up whenever I beat the game, which is what you have to do to get that apparently, is beat the game, then you get the Oathkeeper, and I spent literally like an hour just leveling up all the way so I could use it for the DLC. What was the other thing that I talked about? And then even cooler too, I don't know if y'all knew this, when you play as Kairi, she even has her own shot lock that's called like 7 Wishes.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and it's honestly, I thought all of it was cool. She even has like a far away attack where she throws her Keyblade and teleports to it. But I loved all of it, and I like how explaining it. I like how it kind of changed the ending just a little bit when you see Sora kind of jumping between worlds and kind of pushing everyone, and then its explanation as to why he disappears at the end. And I'm really excited for what the series brings else. And I want to say I got past the first part, Melody of Memory, where you beat Kingdom Hearts 1. So I'm excited to do that too, and I can't wait to see what happens in Dark Road.
All right.
I'm so
And you
excited
got-
for what comes next, I will say.
You got Melody of Memory for those that follow along with Kingdom Hearts. You're going to hear this in March, and then April you will get Melody of Memory.
Oh shit! And maybe we'll get lucky doing this, or they'll finally announce a release date for the mobile game.
Wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, that game's fucking borked.
Bork.
They're
I just said all of us. We just go to plugs. Phoebe, where can we find you at?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch as Let's Play Princess, on Blue Sky and Twitter as the LP Princess, and you can also follow TB and I as Nerds of Broadcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
And Emanuel.
Hey, twitch.tv/CommanderLionHeart. Yes, sometimes. Maybe.
All right. And Dominic.
I'm Dominic. You can find me on the Distant Ways podcast on YouTube. That's where I am mostly these days. It's a fun time. Check us out.
All right. And yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, over 750 other episodes of this podcast, you can find everything we do on Podbean. We do movies, comics, TV shows, all sorts of content. So definitely go check out our giant catalog. All the Kingdom Hearts stuff that we have done will be in the show notes. So if you haven't listened to them and this is your first one, why? But also go check out the rest of them. So there's all that for you. If you want to support the show, we do have Patreon, a little dog vote in our Patreon poll. We have 1 to 2 polls a month, lately 2. So definitely go, great way to support the show, great way to affect the show. If you want to be on the show, if you want to chat with us, you want to lurk, join the Discord. It's free. I'm always having new people join us. You can also suggest things that I will someday get to, I promise. Someday.
Just marvel at how many links there are to other episodes about Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. I never thought it was going to go down this rabbit hole when we first did Kingdom Hearts 1 for episode 175. Never thought the rabbit hole we have gone down.
No.
Oh, and then we had, you know what, Mike? We're not done either at the Melody of Memory, because you also owe Phoebe a recover of 1.
That ain't happening.
God damn it.
Not
and we
anytime
still have
soon.
to do Reynatus and Neo, The World Ends With You.
Yes.
That I'm okay with.
absolutely.
Those are
And
different
Final
things.
Fantasy 15.
That I'm okay with
Yes.
too.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Dominic, are you excited to see not only Azora, but also Noctis and Lightning in Kingdom Hearts 4 and 5?
I am so down for whatever fucking bullshit they start doing. Holy shit.
Hey,
look at-
Mike, for Kingdom Hearts, are you going to redo episodes for Star Wars and Marvel?
Oh, yeah. You watched that trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, right, Mike?
Yes.
They confirmed that's the fucking Ewok forest in the trailer.
There's no forest in Kingdom Hearts 4.
The trailer.
I watched it.
Trailer.
Yeah, there's a forest, yeah. When
I
it
see
shows
a
like
There is a
outside.
forest.
Yeah.
I don't
And they
believe it.
show the foot. That's an ATST.
Yes.
I don't believe any of this garbage.
Mike, I would not be lying to you. It's funnier if it's true.
All right, and I forgot my train of thought. And going to give a shout out my awesome intro and outro courtesy Helena at Hell Has Fury. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. Definitely go check her out. Check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. He's talking Final Fantasy related to this, somewhat, sort of. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, TikTok, Rate and Review Circuit Podcast. That's everything we need to say. We will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Darkness.
Let your heart be your guiding key.
I know too much.
Boy.